So this paper graphic, no?
Almost like a month. Almost like a month. It's on a Sunday.
So when do we fast? Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday? Like, let's do it fast enough. There's only one.
What's that? 10 to 6?
Same as one.
Oh, Rabbi?
He's here.
You said you have nothing? What, Rabbi? Sorry.
Depends on which coffee did you have that day. You really want to see how the pasuk treats Aaron. Look a second, Perashat Ekev. Go to Sefer Devarim.
Okay.
Moshe Rabbeinu is revealing, is recapturing the event. Moshe says, look a second on page 986. 986. Look at the bottom of the page. Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, pasuk Yudchet, "Va'etnapar lifnei Hashem karishona, 40 yom ו40 לילה, לחם לא אכלתי ומים לא שתיתי, על כל חטאתכם אשר חטאתי, לעשות הרע בעיני Hashem להכיסו." Moshe used all his powers. כי יגורתי מפני האף והחמה אשר כסף השם עליכם להשמיד אתכם. ובאהרון, remember this is written here, not Moshe Rabbeinu is
40 years later.
ובאהרון התענף השם מאוד. אתה יודע מה זה מאוד? מאוד. המילה התענף is a very strong word, להשמידו, to destroy אהרון. והתפלל גם בעד אהרון בעת ההיא.
This is straightforward. You committed.
Please.
Sin that you committed. But in defense of Aaron,
He doesn't need our defense, but just to show you.
He got punished not to go to Israel for
Right.
to the rock, not for this.
Yeah,
but he had 2 sons killed for this.
Now let's look at the
Two
Rashi.
sons killed for this.
Now let's look at the Rashi. Let's look at the Rashi. It's very important. The reason why the Rashi is very important. Remember the way you said it?
Okay, sorry, I take it back. They were going to die anyway. Well, there's a whole
ובאהרון התענף השם, לפי ששמע לכם. Here it is. Aaron should have resisted, regardless of the outcome. להשמידו זה כילוי בנים, which means 4 of his kids were supposed to die. וכן הוא אומר, להשמיד פריו ממער, yes, turn the next page, והתפלל, תסתכל במילה, גם בעד אהרון, מה זה גם? Not only for the Jewish people, גם בעד אהרון, look at the Rashi at the bottom, והואילה תפילתי לכפר מחצה. When I prayed for my brother, I saved 2, ומתו 2 ונשארו 2. Now here is the problem. Here it's clearly that his children somehow are affected because of Aaron. As we know, adults children are not being punished for the parents. Can I just finish? Let's go to Perashat Mishpatim.
where I learned that they lost their protection here.
Let's go to Perashat Mishpatim, Joseph, in Sefer Shemot. On page 442. As everyone knows, the second half of Perashat Mishpatim is connected to Aseret HaDibrot, and Moshe and Aaron and the 70 elders, including the children of Aaron, went up. Look at Pasuk 11. ואל אצילי בני ישראל לא שלח ידו, ויחזו את האלוהים ויאכלו וישתו. On their level, each one of those present, right, ate and drank as we always do, and we knock in all the questions on God while we eat the coffee or the cake. This is exactly what happened there, yes? Look at the Rashi. Rashi says, ויראו את אלוהי ישראל, נסתכלו והציצו ונתחייבו מאיתה, אלא, Sammy, you have the Rashi is very important. Pasuk on top, Pasuk Yud, first line. ויראו את אלוהי ישראל, נסתכלו והציצו, אלא, which means all the 70, including the children of Aaron, were supposed to die there, right before the Torah was given. אלא שלא רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לערבב שמחת התורה, והמתין לנדב ואביהו. So these two who died the day that the Mishkan was dedicated, which is approximately 7 months later, עד יום חנוכת המשכן. ולזקנים, the elders, they died later in the Midbar. So what, you see, this Rashi is a problem. Rashi is telling us that they really died because they were among those who, on their level, were not respectful enough going to Har Sinai. So how can you tell me in Sefer Devarim that Hashem says Aaron's children are dying, and besides children, especially adults, will never die. So Eli mentioned it in his, all the serious commentators say like this: they died because of their own bad choice. They offered ketoret, are not permitted. They misbehaved on their level. Why did Aaron have to suffer the pain of losing 2 kids on the greatest day of his life? This is what Rashi is saying over there, which means why should Aaron, the greatest day of his life is we dedicated Mishkan, Ash is coming down that day. So Rashi is saying this is a punishment to you, Aaron, for being part of the timing. If you hear it well, many difficult contradictions in Tanakh, you understand. אפשר להבין את.
But here they hear on number 14, they include Aharon and Hur together. Why did Hur have to die? He died. They killed. They didn't kill Aharon.
Remember, Hur was murdered. Who was murdered?
Because he tried to stop him. Agreed. But why did he have to? Hashem could have stopped this murder. Hashem can do what he has to do. He let it occur.
No. Rashi אומר וירא Aaron understood. Why didn't Aaron put over there? Yeah. בחטא העגל. Anyway, go back to Perashat Ki Tisa. So you see clearly, but you see, Sammy's question was important. The Torah openly doesn't accuse him, but if you see here and there, you see that the Torah is pointing out. Look a second in Perashat Shmini. Go to Perashat.
People judge them differently.
Because they eat less pizza and less ice cream. They are, the world is standing on them.
Agreed. But every hair that they have is judged, Hashem judged differently.
And every reward they get is a trillion times more than us. What do you think is the punishment? They are holding the world. Go to Perashat Shmini a second in Sefer Vayikra. In a second. Yeah.
Do we have Larry this morning?
He just came in.
I'm here.
Good morning. The topic was, we saw in Perashat Ekev that Moshe mentions to Aaron that part of the pain that he suffered losing his children the day the Mishkan was dedicated was because his direct or indirect involvement in assisting the people creating the golden calf. But look at Perashat Shmini a second. Sefer Vayikra Perak Tet, listen to it. ויהי ביום השמיני, remember the first 7 days of dedicating the Mishkan, the first, the page is 588. Listen carefully. Moshe Rabbeinu was running the Mishkan. Now this is the 8th day. In front of everyone, we are starting the regular service. ויאמר אל אהרון, תסתכל בפסוק, קח לך עגל בן בקר לחטאת. עגל, תזכור את הביטוי, עגל לחטאת, ואל בני ישראל תדבר לאמור, קחו שעיר עזים לחטאת. Look at the Rashi, please. Look at the Rashi. פסוק ב', תעשי פסוק ב'. קח לך עגל להודיע שמכפר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא על ידי עגל זה, על מעשה העגל שעשה. The first day that the Mishkan is dedicated, the first korban that is offered is Aaron bringing a calf. אומר רש"י, to him, Hashem is forgiving you. Now, what Rashi doesn't say,
should it have been something different than a calf, Rabbi? When you're saying a calf, should it have been a goat instead of a calf?
no, but,
Why is he bringing that?
the fact that the first korban that is being offered in the new temple is a statement from Hashem by you bringing it and publicly showing that you are forgiven. Now, what is the Jewish people bringing Seir Azim here? This is in Chet of Mechilat Yosef. If you really follow Chumash, which means the two, there is a common denominator between Mechilat Yosef and Chet HaEgel, Chatat. What is the common denominator? The common denominator is the cancer called we know better than anyone. Yes? What is Chet HaEgel in this week's parasha? Moshe Rabbeinu is late. Why don't you ask Aaron, can you tell us what to do? What's your interpretation? Should we wait or not wait? They right away. They tell Aaron what to do. If you carefully watch the story of Yosef, it's exactly the same. Your father is alive, your grandfather is alive. And you, little brothers, decide that Yosef is a threat to the family. We have to talk to your father, ask him, why is he acting like this? Go to your grandfather, we are afraid from father. What do you mean? Yitzchak was alive many years later. Common denominator is we, W-E, capital W, we know what's right. Be patient, talk to others. Every tragedy in Jewish history, including the current one, Simchat Torah is the same.
If there's not Chet HaEgel, would Aaron have been Kohanim would have been Kohanim from Shemot Levi with the Bechorot? Because not everybody holds that Chet HaEgel happened before. So if you go by the chronological order, Tisa happens before Chet HaEgel, and your Aaron getting the Kehuna.
For this, you need people like the Or Chaim.
I heard a whole thing from Rabbi Mantu was saying, giving a whole explanation that going in order of the parashiyot. In other words, right. So then you have to say that Harun was getting the Kehuna before the Chet HaEgel. So the only thing maybe you could say is with the Bechorot, he would have been Kohen.
If you really, but remember, this is
I don't know other way. How do you resolve it?
If you want, go to Perashat Shmot. Shmot is 40 many years before.
Right, and then when Moshe turns down the Kehuna. Well,
look at seven in Perashat Shmot. Look at Perashat Shmot. Moshe Rabbeinu for a week argues with Hashem. Right. He doesn't want to accept the mission. Finally, Hashem says to him,
so he's punished by that.
Just a second. Look a second. The 308. Remember, Moshe Rabbeinu back and forth. What stops Moshe from going?
His brother.
Look at Pasuk Yudalet, page 308. Sefer Shmot, Perek Dalet, Pasuk Yudalet. Vayicharaf Hashem and Moshe, after back and forth for a week, Hashem gets impatient. Vayomer alo Aaron, achicha halevi, yadati ki daber yedaber hu. Aaron is going to be your spokesman, וגם, הנה הוא יוצא לקראתך, ורעך, ושמח בליבו.
He's not gonna be jealous.
Keep in mind, Aaron, for the duration of approximately 60 years, Moshe disappeared. Who was the leader of the Jewish people? Aaron. It says in Sefer Yechezkel, every question Aaron answered. Aaron is older than Moshe. Moshe has to come and he's becoming the leader over the nation. His brother basically helped him. Moshe is a newcomer. Look at the Rashi. ורעך ושמח בליבו. Says Rashi, לא כשאתה סבור, not like you think, שיהיה מקפיד עליך, that he would have an inner, right, grudge, שאתה עולה לגדולה, that you out of nowhere are climbing up, but he is going to be happy for you. ומשם זכה אהרון אליי, לעדי החושן הנטול על הלב. Eli, this is before everything.
Yep.
And it says clearly that Aaron was, no matter what, the question is only, would the Bechorim be also part of it?
So you have to say that.
But the Kohanim, remember, this is in the beginning. I mean, the beginning, yes? Before the Makot, and Hashem says, because Aaron has the power to be happy for his brother, the younger brother, they didn't basically walk here, he wasn't here. And
Maybe Aharon only, maybe it would not have been his children.
whatever,
maybe?
this is
So
good
it's
for,
okay.
you can give any speech you
All
want,
right,
because
okay.
you never, because it never happened.
Okay.
So you can guess whatever we guess. Look a second, now go to this week Perasha, on page 484.
So if I could say Shaul killed Amalek, what would have happened?
See, but they say, the same question is, what would happen, listen carefully, if Shaul would listen to Shmuel
Right, that's what I'm saying.
and would wipe
We'd
Amalek?
have two kings.
Okay, so at least over there, what the great commentators talk about it, Al Sheikh talks. They say it'll be like David is the Melech and Shaul is his assistant, yes? Or Yehonatan, the son of Shaul, is going to assist David. Fine. Here it's very difficult because it's too heavy. Look at
Yes, Amalek. How we gonna speak on Torah every year that we're gonna have Amalek and we're gonna do it every year?
No, because remember when the Jewish people came out of Egypt, they were not a threat to anyone. They had no land. So Amalek is always a symbol of evil for no reason.
It's enough.
Hamas has a reason. They claim it because they have a reason, yes. Then the Israeli leftists believe that they're right, yes. If we really mistreat the Arabs, kill women and children, Amalek is the symbol of nothing to gain by. Remember, Amalek is coming from a different direction to attack a nation.
So my question is that if we erase Amalek, how we gonna have this mitzvah in the Torah that we have to do it, to remember Amalek every year? So like
Amalek is a symbol of pure evil. Pure evil exists.
so we cannot erase it.
There was in Rehovot, as it happened, there was a Hasidic rabbi that he was a great with the Kalev Rebbe. I saw him once on TV, a Yom HaShoah. He's a Holocaust survivor. And the interviewer says to him, Rabbi, everyone knows that you went through it. Can you? He started to cry as an old man. He says, what should I tell you? Listen, the day I arrived, he came with a caravan, the train, and the commander says, the kid was crying. So he says to the kid, the Jewish kid, stop crying. And the kid's not. Takes out a cigarette and puts it in the eye of the kid. And the kid continues. He says, if you don't stop, I'll do that. The rabbi was shivering. He says, what should I show? This is Amalek, you understand? I understand that the Germans want to kill the Jews. He said, whatever. But what is that? I have goosebumps, זה מביא אותי כל כך. ככה הוא אמר, אני ראיתי בעיניים שלו, קח סיגריה, he's a kid, the kid was a Jewish kid, blonde kid. Right? Don't stop. This is, this type of creatures exist, regardless if there is Amalek or not. Some people,
It's the trait of Amalek.
if you read carefully what Hamas did, You can justify whatever you want. It's a war. But the way they did it, what they did,
They don't address that. Nothing, the media doesn't address it. They don't address any of that.
because the liberals refuse to believe that evil like this exists.
Or they
I
refuse.
mean, we have
to
witnesses
concept
that they took Lily's mother. They took a baby and they killed him and they cut him to pieces into a microwave while the mother is seeing. If you want, I'll give you the pictures. Then they slash the mother. Yeah?
They kill them.
Mazel, what is that?
They want to kill the mother, kill the
I
mother.
remember you believe that the Israelis are bad, whatever. It's a war, it's a war. People, Mom, what are they doing? But to rape the mother in front of the children? No, but this is you're saying, well, Amalek, this type of Amalek are always there.
Since you brought up, I have to mention one thing. Last night, they mentioned the New York Times wrote Israel was shooting at the thing. This morning, they changed the headline. So it's not there anymore.
What was the thing now?
They were killed, and there was a riot for food. They were trampled. Yeah.
Israel didn't shoot them because Israel.
They invested. Right now, the Times changed the headlines. They're not saying
Change
that.
the headline.
Since last night to today, this is online.
But the main reason is because the editor of the New York Times is a Jewish liberal. This is the bottom line. Yeah. He cannot. I mean, remember, either I'm for or against.
No, because you know what? Because they reported the first thing comes out of Hamas, comes out of Gaza. So the Times, just like the hospital, they report the first thing without investigating. Then they find out later on, and Israel reports this, and then they have to change it.
But this is really the answer. I mean, we are witnessing things that we never. I mean, we ever thought. I mean, take a microwave. Can you imagine? No, but.
I don't think anybody can believe.
No, but I'm asking you. The guy that did it, it was not a father. He's a son of someone. No, doesn't he have his own children? You want to kill them? Kill them. You want to send them? Kill. But the way you do it. If you follow Tanakh, every time we kill Goyim, we have to bury them. We have to bury them, yes. It says in Tanakh, tens of thousands of them in big victories. A war is a war, enemy is an enemy. We have to do what we have to do but if you hang up a man, stoning people at 18, take off the body overnight. The guy's a Rasha, stoning, yeah. Take off the body, he's a human being. He paid for it. Look a second. The first mitzvah is the mitzvah of Machatita Shekel. Many of us say every morning, every before mincha, Korbani lachmi leishai, reach nichochi, tishmeru laakriv li b'moado. Listen to the language. Korbani lachmi, lechem in Tanakh is the main source of sustenance. Lechem, bread. Right? Why is the Korban Tamid of the morning and Korban Tamid of the afternoon like lechem? Says the Ktav Sofer because every Jewish.
Could you fix your camera, Rabbi Prague? Could you fix the camera, please?
Says the Ktav Sofer because every Jewish person is a kutat. Every דיברנו על זה השבוע, yes? For the מחצית השקל that you gave, you become a partner in every Korban. This is something that everyone is doing together. This is lachli. This is what Hashem says, I love. You know, every good speech you hear it. In the Torah, this is in this week's parasha. The En Yaakov, I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. One said, but no, the first one. It's like, you know it's in the. Anyway, he brings a midrash. Remember, the En Yaakov is 400 years ago. It's the introduction of the En Yaakov. He says, he brings a midrash that there was a machloket between the Tanaim. Which pasuk is the most important pasuk in the Torah?
The Torah.
What money? One says, Shema Yisrael Hashem. Shema Yisrael Hashem. The conclusion is that Korbani lachmi leisha reach nichuchit v'shmeru laakriv li b'moado. What is so? This is the answer is when the Jewish people are coming together regularly to do something. Remember, the achdut is not the phony achdut that we talk about. We do the opposite. It means if deep inside you can feel I'm part of something big, I strongly disagree with you, I strongly disagree with him. He said, אז המדרש כדאי לך לראות את זה, כך כתוב. ולא, זה כתוב שאפter whoever said it, the Tana that said it, כולם אמרו, צודק. אף אחד לא, interestingly, it's not in any of our מדרשים. הוא מביא, כך הוא אומר, this is 400 years ago. וכך מצאתי.
Okay, there's a concept of unity.
But the concept, but this is exactly the point they say. But it's a unity on a regular basis. זאת אומרת, את קורבני להחמיר לאישה, ריח ניחוחי, which means every day, when the korban is offered, basically, if you look at it, is we as a nation.
That's not my vote, but
לא, אבל זה אותו דבר, תסתכל טוב, the essence of Abraham Avinu, he was the first one to take in everyone from outside, and to shift the heart. What is it? It's a what is it? To put it deep inside, if you really care for others. My wife has a very good friend. It's a good story to say to her. A friend went to physical therapy, and the lady was a Ba'alat Teshuvah, a Jewish American girl, Ba'alat Teshuvah. And my wife's friend says to her, why did you become a Ba'alat Teshuvah?
it's your wife.
My wife's friend, Dr. Zemba's wife, if you have the Dr. Zemba's wife, Dr. Zemba's wife.
She asked a therapist to about this.
What? She says she was walking in Manhattan, and an Asian woman comes to her and says, you're Jewish. She says, yes. But I ask you a question on the Bible. And she gives her the book. The woman says, I never opened this book. Says the look on the face of the Asian woman, you are Jewish? You never happened in the Constitution? No. You couldn't sleep all night. She went to a kibbutz a month later, and she basically, Goya אמרה לה, what are you?
She went to kibbutz meaning she was living in Israel?
No, she's in America. Because of that, she went to a kibbutz Saad, then she joined the point is, but this is what Abraham, Yitzaveh, Banav Acharav, the legacy of everyone. The legacy of everyone is. I'll tell you a story. Larry, you heard it. But this is my chavruta for many years, a professor in the PhD program in American history in Cuba. He went to pay a shiva call to a fellow. The fellow tells him the following story. There was an American boy from Los Angeles that walked in Manhattan, studying in NYU. At night, he walked to the restaurant. He says to the owner of the restaurant every night, so much good food is being wasted. This is like 50 years ago. Maybe you can give it to the poor and the needy. Remember the Bowery?
Yeah, it's a great story.
Anyway, the boss says to me, who is going to do it? He says me. So every night he takes 2 boxes, puts it on the train, goes to the Bowery and gives it to me. There was one lady who never took anything from me. And he says to her, look, I give you fresh steaks, fresh oil. That's you're Jewish. You never take anything from a Jew. He starts to laugh. I'm Jewish. Here's my parents' phone number. I'm American. He says, you are Jewish. Otherwise, you wouldn't come every night and use the poor in. He comes to Thanksgiving, yes? And he says to his mom, can you believe that someone accused me of being Jewish? His mother says to him that she was right. You were adopted and you have the papers.
Sheesh, unbelievable.
לא, אבל הסיפור הזה,
What are we to find out?
זאת אומרת, היא אמרה לו, it's impossible for a teenager in New York, every night, instead of going with the girls or going to play pool in movies, every night you're coming to the pool. You must be Jewish. This is Yitzaveh, this is Abraham. This is Hakim Lemala. This is in every person's. But if you read, this is our heritage. This is Abraham. Look at Seged and Chet HaEgel.
There's a line that gets crossed with that type of chesed, Rabbi, because people sometimes interpret it as weakness, which is the problem with the liberal Jews today. we have to help everybody, we have to do everything for everybody.
Again,
It's an issue.
it's always,
Give, help them. Help them. Gotta help them us. They're people too.
look a second, Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, the Jewish people made a mistake. Moshe is praying for them before he comes down. Look now in 498. Remember, Moshe already prayed on behalf of the Jewish people, and Hashem promised him, I'm forgiving you. Let's read the Pasuk, 498. Now, this is a famous question, the Ikarim. This is 700 years ago, talks about it. Look a second. Pasuk 19. Lamed Bet 19. Vayika asher kara ve'lamachane vayar et ha'egel. He saw the golden calf. U'mecholot. And the people are celebrating. Vayicharaf Moshe. Moshe gets angry. Vayashlech miyadav et ha'luchot. And he threw the luchot down. Vayishaber otam. The question is, what did Moshe see here that he didn't see before? Hashem already told him. Remember, before he comes down, Hashem tells him go down. The people made a mistake. Okay, so the normal.
I heard
So what Samit says, Samit said the Ikarim says seeing makes it much more real. I hear.
So I heard somebody else. So the Briskerov says that the reason why he didn't do anything when Hashem told him, he says because you should never believe anything what anybody tells you until you actually see it with your own eyes.
Even Hashem.
That's what I'm just telling you what he said.
Of course, it's not being said, but whoever says it.
Rabbi, I didn't make it up myself,
I have
Rabbi.
all the books of the school.
Okay, I'll forward it to you. I'll let you listen to it in Yiddish.
Someone adopted. The school says it on something different. The school says it on when Yoshua says to Moshe before he died. Moshe says to him, ask me whatever you want. So Yoshua says to him, what should I ask you? I was always next to you. And then it says in the Torah, it says in the Torah, Moshe knows that if it says in the Torah, he took this word, he's putting it here. He didn't say it.
I'll listen to this. Yeah, maybe I misunderstood it.
No, I'm telling you, he took a sword of the priest. Rameir Soloveitchik always brings it to the So one answer the Ikarim says what he said is seeing a different story. So sure. תשמע, ויש פה דבר יותר עמוק. וירא את העגל ומחולות. Moshe believed right away that they made a mistake, but he was sure that until he comes down, they feel guilty already. There's no party. The party. Everyone is entitled to mistakes, it's fine. ומחולות. לא, אבל זה דבר עמוק מאוד, זאת אומרת, if you condense, obviously you have no shred of regret. You made a mistake, you made a mistake.
That word stands out.
ולאחר זה כתוב וירא, ראה את זה, את המחולות.
רבי פרם, תחס אשר לא עבדת את השם אלוקיך בשמחה ובטוב לב. When you weren't over Hashem, the law avdus of Hashem was b'simcha.
This is what the great Hasidic masters say, right? It is tachat asher lo abadat et Hashem elokecha b'simcha. It's not you didn't do it b'simcha. You didn't do it b'simcha. Shomea lo abadat b'simcha. This is the same word. It's the same zero mecholot. The question of all the questions be'emet. Lama shavar et. Moshe knows already that keep it up there, go down, do what you have to do as a leader. When it's over, come and bring the original. Moshe broke the original one. So I mean, many answers, but one of the
Hashem agreed with him.
yes, but the question is, he agreed after Moshe did it. The question is, why did you decide to do it? Leave it there. Go down, clean the camp, come back and give it. The answer is my davar amok mod. The Gemara says in Eruvin that had we, the Jewish people, gotten the original luchot, it is the Torah will be inscribed in each one of us, which means you would know the Torah without walking 2 hours. Moshe Rabbeinu realizes, unless you are really refining your character, you're not ready for the Torah. The original Luchot are broken. How does the second Luchot begin? Look a second, we read it in every Ta'anit Tzibur. Psol lecha shte Luchot avanim. Remember, what's the psol lecha? You carve the Luchot. Hashem is saying the Torah that you get is based on you refining your character. Originally, the Torah was a gift. Any gift that you get, you never appreciate.
You don't
I
take,
mean, psol lecha, Perushu, psol lecha, Moshe Rabbeinu said you are unworthy to get such a big gift, you're not ready for it. Moshe never dreamt that. I mean, you do realize that this is not only the dancing. Yeah, who says it? Oh, no, you tell me, Psol lecha means, I understand the Yiddish, that's it. You ever listen to him? He has the most, every place he speaks 1,000 times and he speaks when he stands every time he stands and he tells us, he's like, bitter man, he is a bitter. He's an entertainer, he has stories. This is Rabbi Biderman. He's the most. Okay, I have to write about it. Email it to my wife.
Yeah.
Let's speak. No, but obviously what you were saying, if you said it. So, and this, it brings the Torah. I told you that it's written by Lezer. She can say, until it's written in the Torah, it's not absolute amen. You understand? They'll never ever quote. You realize when you say, look at the Midrash says, Kavayachol, that Moshe didn't believe it until he saw it. What does it mean? Only if this is what he did with this Midrash.
Have a good Shabbos, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Wherever he comes, I mean, he has Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Billy. Good Shabbos.